Hashtag Money Mythbusters coming to you this week. And this is a topic that I'm kind of passionate about because I believe that there is a very big difference in the two things I'm going to talk about. And it's something that a lot of people don't really know about. What is it? You're wondering, right? Okay, what we're going to talk about is term and whole life insurance. Everyone needs life insurance. That's just a fact of the matter. If you have anyone that is dependent upon your income, you need life insurance. If something tragic were to happen, if you were to die suddenly or die, of whatever cause, if you're to die, period, and you leave someone with expenses, with a lost income because you're no longer making money, you need life insurance for that reason. But there are two kinds of life insurances that a lot of people usually get, and it's a big difference between those two. So let's walk through those. Term life insurance is life insurance that is valid for a certain period of time. The most common are 15, 20, 30-year term periods. What that means is you pay a monthly premium for 15, 20, or 30 years. Obviously, unless you cancel it before then. But you have that life insurance as long as you're paying your monthly premium. You have that life insurance policy for that amount of time. A whole life policy is just what it sounds like. You have that policy for basically your whole life. So, if you pull that insurance policy, or if you start the insurance policy whenever you're 25 years old, then you're going to have that until you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, probably a lot longer than 30 years. 30 years is the biggest term limit there is. You're going to have that whole life policy a lot longer than 30 years. You're paying monthly premiums on that just like you would a term policy, but you have it for a lot longer time. Which sounds like a really good deal, right? I mean, who wouldn't want insurance for a longer period of time? I mean, that's just more protection. That's a longer time that you actually have that coverage. It sounds really smart, right? Have insurance for 50, 60 years versus only 20 or 30. Here's the kicker. This is where we have the big differences. Whole life policy is always more expensive, no matter what. A whole life policy is always more expensive. How much more, you'd say? Well, to the tune of 10 to 12 times more expensive in some cases than a term policy. That's pretty significant in itself. Now you ask, well, why is it so much more expensive? Well, here's what happens. Part of the money that you put in goes into what they call a cash savings. And part of it goes to commissions, just like a term policy would. That cash savings then continues to grow, continues to build, and based upon the policy that you take out, sometimes you can use that cash savings to maybe pay additional premiums in the future versus having to pay out of pocket. Sometimes you can get a payback in dividends each year. So there are some benefits to that, having that cash savings. But what people don't realize is this. There's two things that happen with that. One, that cash savings account does not grow very fast. And you're talking like, maybe 1-2%. So you're really not benefiting much there. In fact, you're actually losing money because you can make more on interest if you put that money into a good mutual fund or good investment versus just stocking into this insurance policy. The second thing, and this one just drives me nuts about a whole life policy. I think this is just absolutely ridiculous, and I'm probably going to get criticism for this, but this is the reality of the matter. If you take out money from your cash savings portion of your whole life policy, guess what? You got to pay interest on that. You don't get just to pull that out free and clear. You have to actually pay it back with interest. That was already your money. Why are you going to pull it out and then pay it back on top of interest? To me, that just sounds really stupid. I mean, I'll be quite honest with that. It sounds stupid. So that's why I think whole life are just ridiculous. But it gets even better. If you die before you either cancel your whole life policy or cash that savings portion out, if you die, all you get back is the death benefit. You don't get that cash savings account back. That stays with the insurance company. Guess what? They just took your money. You don't get it back. You put it in, but you don't get it back. Does that make any sense? I don't think so. I'm getting real with y'all, folks. So, a lot of bad things about whole life. Do not do whole life. It is a bad deal, no matter how you look at it. No, it's just, no, don't do it. I know people are going to disagree with me. That's okay. That's the fact. It's a bad deal. Term life insurance is always the best option for you. Yeah, you don't have insurance much past 15, 20, 30 years. But guess what? If you take the money that you would have spent on a whole life policy to put in that cash savings account, if you took that money, that difference between what a whole life policy and what a term life policy would cost you, and you put that money into a good mutual fund investment, I can promise you that whenever your term life policy is up, you will have enough money invested in your retirement that you will not need any more insurance. Guarantee it. This topic is a big topic of controversy because insurance people love to sell whole life policies. Financial advisors do not recommend whole life policies. So there's a lot of back and forth on this. You make your own decision, use the numbers, see what makes the most sense for you, be smart about it. But I'm here to tell you, the money myth buster of this week is do not go with a whole life policy no matter what. Use a term life policy, take the difference in premium, apply it to a mutual fund investment, and you will be a lot better off. You will save money on your insurance, you will gain money on your investment, and once that term life policy ends up, if you do things the way we teach you, you have no debt, you have retirement saved up, and you're good to go. Term life, great. Whole life, we don't like it at all. Don't do it. If you disagree with me, that's your choice. I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise, but whole life policy is not good. So that's our mini myth buster this week. Choose term life. If you need help deciding what policy works best for you, you can contact us. We can help you work through your budget, put you in touch with a good ELP, a licensed insurance professional that can help you pick the best policy for your plan. And if you just want to know how to get better prepared, if you want to know what types of insurances you actually need, look me up. We can sit down, we can walk through your particular plan and get that figured out for you. That's what I got for you, folks. Choose term life.